Welcome to Our Morning Take, the podcast where our goal here is to describe for you the movie that is going on in our head when we read the Bible.
And this particular story just has a great movie going on, doesn't it?
Oh, yes, it does. I mean,
I'm sure when Cecil B. DeMille read this, he was just like, man, I got to make a movie out of it.
Somebody read it to him.
Isn't he Jewish?
DeMille doesn't sound Jewish to me, but
doesn't?
I mean,
Well, it's got Mille.
I could be wrong.
So it's like Italian or, has that Latin kind of derivative or
Yeah,
whatever.
we'll have the crack staff look that up when we go off
This
the
is
air.
just a deposit.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're reading in Exodus chapter 8.
Where are we starting at?
Verse 23, because God is telling Pharaoh that not only am I going to send these flies, but I'm not going to send them to my people. There's going to be this great division between us and you. So to be honest, Abe, we've not heard this about the frogs, the blood, or the gnats, but we do see it with the flies. So I'm not sure. I really think that they never had any of those things happen to Goshen. But we know for sure the fourth plague did not bother Goshen.
I just think he's just showing
His power.
This is my power, and these are my people, and I'm going to protect them because I'm telling you to let them go.
I'm redeeming my
Nothing is going to happen to them.
Yeah.
Like, everything is happening here. And I'm sure his elders and his magicians are like, man, their God is powerful. We need to just let him go.
Yeah, this is the finger of God, man.
Yeah, just let him go. Like, why are we even dealing with this,
And of course, these stories are for us to know that God can deliver us out of these same things that we have.
Amen.
We think our problems are insurmountable. Man, they're not any worse than what these Jews were going through here in Egypt.
Exactly. And just like I was telling you about, this coworker of mine who's a believer that was fearful of a situation. Right. And God will deliver you out of anything if you trust him.
Yeah, and stop speaking that stuff.
Yeah,
They don't even
if
know.
you trust him,
Exactly.
All right,
so if you want to read along with us, we're going to start in chapter 8, verse 23. Maybe.
And going from 23 to what?
I don't know. You stopped it wherever you thought was good, so you can stop it wherever you think is good.
And I will put a division between my people and thy people. Tomorrow shall this sign be.
And the Lord did so. And there came a grievous swarm of flies into the house of Pharaoh, and into his servants' houses, and into all the land of Egypt. The land was corrupted by reason of the swarm of flies. And Pharaoh called for Moses and for Aaron and said,
Go ye, sacrifice to your God in the land.
Is that out of fear?
Yeah, but I love how he puts stipulations on it. Listen, okay, I'm sick of these flies. Because you gotta be, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's just horrible. They're in your food as you're trying to prepare
Yeah,
it?
because the royal fly swatter, his hands have got to be worn out. Like, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to get killed because I can't stop these flies.
Where's the fogger?
You know what I'm saying?
I can only imagine how nasty that would be because you go to a cookout and when you get a cookout and flies are all over your hot dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just imagine they're laying eggs and all kinds of stuff.
No one's
all
going.
I'm saying.
No one's going to that extreme.
Oh, yes,
event.
I am. That's exactly what I think of. When you see that, I teach middle school science. And these little flies are looking for places to set their little larvae. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that just reminds me of a story of my oldest daughter, who's a culinary school graduate. As a child, we would if we would go to McDonald's or something, and if there was a fly flying around, she would cover her food until somebody got rid of it.
Exactly, yeah.
Because
you don't want it landing on there. I'm telling you.
Now it's like anytime I see that, I'm like, we don't want them laying eggs on our food.
So did I miss something, or is this the first time that Pharaoh's ever called for Aaron and Moses to come?
I believe it.
Back, right?
Yeah, because any other time he's just like, get them out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they come back and they say, hey, you want us to get rid of these frogs? Yeah, when? Tomorrow. This is like immediate. Get rid of these flies now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They're all over my robe.
Yeah. So, but he puts a stipulation on them, though. Yeah. You can go sacrifice to your God, but just stay right here.
Yeah.
Because he does not want to lose his workforce.
Yeah. Oh, of course not.
Yeah, we've got pyramids to build.
That's right.
All right. So now we're in verse, 25?
Yeah.
Go.
And Moses said,
It is not meet so to do, for we shall sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians to the Lord our God. Lo, shall we sacrifice the abomination of the Egyptians before their eyes, and will they not stone us? We will go 3 days' journey into the wilderness and sacrifice to the Lord our God, as he shall command us.
And Pharaoh said,
I will let you go, that ye may sacrifice to the Lord your God in the wilderness. Only ye shall not go very far away. Entreat for me.
Yeah, that entreat for me.
And Moses said,
Okay.
Behold, I go out from thee, and I will entreat the Lord that the swarms of flies may depart from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people tomorrow. But let not Pharaoh deal deceitfully any more in not letting the people go to sacrifice to the Lord.
Now, Moses is like, I'm going to be making the decisions.
According to the dramatic reading, Moses looks like he's in charge.
Yes, this is what I'm saying.
He sounds like Joseph with the first family. Listen, you're going to put some grain away.
Yeah, but listen to what he's saying.
I know.
He's like, you don't decide what God's people do.
God will decide what we're going to do.
Yeah, like you're not telling us to do anything.
And if you do, that's not what we're going to do.
Man, I love Moses. His voice is amazing. I love it.
And I still don't understand the 3 days journey, because God never said anything about going 3 days journey, did he?
Not as
I don't remember seeing anything written in there like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
But they keep mentioning this. But I do like Moses now. He's come to the point now. He might have said that in the beginning as just like a tool to negotiate, a negotiating tool. But now there's no more negotiation. We're going to go do whatever it is God tells us to do, which means we're going to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
and we're going to take your money with us when we go.
In the movie, in my head, as he's walking out of there, like the guards are there, and Moses is probably like hits one of them with his stick as he's walking out, like, get out of my way.
Exactly. So finish up these last two verses, the end of chapter 8, and we'll stop there.
And Moses went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses, and he removed the swarms of flies from Pharaoh, from his servants, and from his people. There remained not one. And Pharaoh hardened his heart at this time also, neither would he let the people go.
So I don't know about you, but the movie in my head is Moses sitting in his Zipporah tent going, I knew that's exactly what he was going to do. That's what Moses told him the day before, didn't he?
Yep.
Now, don't you be dealing deceitfully with us. Don't.
Yeah.
And he did. And he did exactly.
Don't tell us one thing and do another. But I'm sure
as soon as the flies are gone.
Moses is just baiting him because Moses knows, because God told him.
Yeah.
He's going to resist you.
Yeah.
So Moses knows that already. He understands that now.
But the human side of Moses is, you really should be letting us go. You really are not going to like these last.
Yeah, that's
5
what I'm
plagues.
saying. He's basically trying to give him an out, but because of Pharaoh's ego, and he's going to be like, no, we're not doing that.
And Pharaoh is just an example of Egypt, and that's what we got to understand. Egypt has such a hold on the children of Israel.
Oh, absolutely.
And he's not going to let them go. It's like, it's just we cannot do this. And so when we talk about later in our Christian walk, and we read these stories, and Jesus even talks about Egypt, or Paul in 1 Corinthians talks about Egypt. Egypt always has that representative, the metaphor of meaning sin. That's what Egypt was. That was the life that you knew there in Goshen, but that's not the life God wants you to live. That's not what God wants you to do. And you need to get up out of that place.
Yeah.
So that also is all part of that discipleship, right?
Yes, absolutely. And it's just like I use this, terminology a lot of times that we don't want to go back to Egypt.
No.
We don't want to. We shouldn't want to because it has a hold on it.
Yeah, man. It's got a stronghold.
Stay out of Egypt.
Yeah. Pharaoh's not letting them go.